Here with head football coach Joel Taylor, head of Homecoming 2025 at University Stadium. Wolves are coming off a road loss at Tarleton State and getting ready to host Central Arkansas on Saturday. Coach will begin with a statement and then we'll field questions.
Yeah, definitely ready to move on. We probably played as bad as we played since I've been here this weekend in Texas. Didn't play well, turned the ball over, didn't make any plays. Definitely got to get better. I guess I didn't do a good enough job as a head coach here. But looking forward to this week, our homecoming week, and getting back on track.
Coach, what can you learn from a game like this?
If you play bad, you get your butt whipped. that's just it. You can't go into a game, with facing a top 5 team in the nation and play the way we did. At the end of the day, I thought our guys played hard for the most part, but it was just too many things we had to overcome. When you talk about the turnovers, sacks, we got sacked 2 times on the 30, what took us out of field goal range. You had the dang on kickoff, deal. So we had a 75-yard touchdown pass, like guy was being covered too. But at the end of the day, you can't play like that and expect to beat a team as good as Tarleton. And my hat's off to them and their coach, and I wish them the best of luck.
Coach, at times it felt like maybe over the last 2 weeks, and it could be a certain number of factors, personnel, whatever, but it feels like your team has kind of struggled to find a good rhythm offensively. You did some in the third quarter. Time of possession in the third quarter was over 12 minutes, based on stat sheet. But stat sheets are stat sheets, right? So, what are some things that you might try to do this coming Saturday to help your team find that rhythm on offense?
Yeah, I don't know if there's a special thing that we got to do. At the end of the day, we got to run the ball better. Like, we got to block better. We got to call good run plays versus certain looks. We got to do a good job there. And then I think we got to do a good job, too, is, giving our quarterbacks a little bit more time to throw the football. If we got to chip, 7-man protection, whatever we got to do, we got to give those guys time to find the open receiver. We'll be working at that. Like I said, we get a new challenge this week versus Central Arkansas, which I think is a good football team. And but we have to be better in those aspects, man. In our 5-game winning streak, we were running the football, but we was also playing some good defense too. I think it all starts with the defense. In the last 3 weeks, we have not played good defense, right? And I'm a defensive coach, so we got to get that fixed first, and then hopefully we give our offense a couple more possessions, and keep our defense off the field a little bit more as well. But at the end of the day, we got to play better. That's just bottom line. Injury doesn't matter. Didn't coach well, whatever. We got to play better. We got to coach better. We got to be better because we have a good football team.
So, Coach, after a 3-game skid, what's your message to the guys to get them motivated for this upcoming weekend's game and also the rest of the games moving forward?
Like I told you again, like at the end of the day, when you lose, that's the best motivator. At the end of the day, we getting ready to just figure out, what this team is really about. We're gonna find out guys' true character. Coaches, players, support staff. When you go through something that's tough, and when you lose 3 games in a row, that's adversity at the end of the day. But I told you guys when we was on our 5-game winning streak, we got a team that's resolved. That is resilient. Those guys have been resilient all year. I don't expect anything different. The message is, let's go 1-0 this week. At the end of the day, so that's what we got to get done.
Coach, you mentioned earlier in the season one of your team's goals for this season was to win 8 games.
Yeah.
That goal is still out in front of you.
It is.
As a football team. What are you telling your team about what these goals are and where they are and how they can still go accomplish those?
Yeah, we got to play well. At the end of the day, the only goal that got marked off was the USC title, and it kind of sucked for us a little bit because we can't go to the playoffs. So that was our Super Bowl right there, and that hurts. There ain't no doubt about it. But like I always say, the good Lord gives you what you need exactly when you need it. We wasn't good enough yet to win the UAC, and we're going to learn from these losses. But at the end of the day, like you said, we still have some goals ahead of us. Is to win 8 games, but we got to go 1-0, this week, and then go into a bye week, which would be very much needed. We've played or getting ready to play 9 straight games, and I don't think anybody in America has done that. So we'll be looking forward to that. And then we got to play a tough North Alabama team and then a tough Utah Tech team. And as you guys know, our league is tough. Anybody can win at any time. You just seen Southern Utah beat, Abilene, last week, man. So this is a tough league, and we got to do a good job of worrying about Central Arkansas. The goal is to take care of itself as long as we take care of Central Arkansas and then go 1-0 the next week after that.
So what do you see out of Central Arkansas this week?
Yes. Right.
What do you see out of Central Arkansas this week?
Yeah, I see a team that's they're on a 2-game winning streak. They had a tough sled early on, lost a couple close games. But I think they're tough. I think Coach Brown does a good job, man. They want to run the football, play action pass, and give their wide out some chances to go get it, man. So we got to do a good job of stopping the run, and then we got to do a good job of just staying over top of the deep balls. If we do that, we kind of keep those guys bottled up from that standpoint. And then defensively, they're a 2 high quarters, 9-man spacing type team. So they're probably going to load up to stop the run for us. So we got to do a good job of blocking and finding some lanes. And then also, like I said, give our quarterback some time to find open receivers, so we can just keep the ball moving at the end of the day. But we got to do a good job of sustaining drives. And I actually thought we moved the ball last week, man. It was just, a fumble there, a sack here. It was just like, come on, guys, we got to do a better job of sustaining drives. So I'm excited about the opportunity. Last year we go down to their place, and it was a dang on thriller. We lost it at the end on a 2-point conversion. But we'll see, man. We'll see. We just got to do a good job playing well this week.
So, Coach, you got homecoming week this week. You mind talking about the excitement that you and the guys have playing in front of a huge crowd this Saturday?
Yeah, I hope it's a huge crowd. You know what I mean? Shoot, I thought it was gonna be a huge crowd last time we dang on played, and it was okay. It was good enough, I guess, man. But I know we're gonna have a lot of alumni that are excited about our football team. Just kind of see us for the first time, and homecoming is always a good game to come to, so it'll definitely be packed. We'll actually have an official visit this weekend as well. We'll probably have, unofficial visit, probably about 150, 200 kids. So it'll be a packed game at the end of the day, and we'll be excited about the opportunity to play in front of our fans and our alumni. And like I said, just to get back home, we got home around 6 o'clock on Sunday, man. So, we get a chance to sleep on our beds, and game's at 2 o'clock. Yeah, the game's at 2 o'clock, so we'll finish early and get a chance to spend time with our families as well, but also get a head start on next week as well.
What are some of your keys to a West Georgia win on Saturday?
Yeah, first off, I think it all starts defensively. Like I said, the last 3 games we haven't played well defensively, so it starts there. And then I think we got to do a good job of not turning the ball over and do a good job of sustaining drives. And finishing in the red zone. I think that's important. If we do those things, I think we have an opportunity to win the ball game. If we don't, we're going to struggle to win the ball game. So hopefully, our guys will be ready for the challenge as our coaches. And like I said, we're just excited about the opportunity to get to the next game. We want to get this bad taste out of our mouth.
You have a message for any Wolves fans that are going to be in attendance this weekend for homecoming?
Hey, be loud and proud. That's all I ask you to do.
Good. All right, Coach, we're good.